So as that box pops up, click got it, get it out of the way.
Okay.
And I will mute all. Okay. And beginning with seated meditation. Sitting at the front edge of your chair. Chin slightly down, crown up, finding your central pillar. Eyes closed for the first, we'll just do about 10 or 12 breath cycles. Long, smooth breath in the nostrils. And then out the nose or the mouth. Body relax, nervous system settle. So we have our central pillar, which is the term Zhong Zheng, or central upright. Then we ideally can release and relax excess grip and tension in the body, which allows what's called Chun One, or softening and sinking into stability. So again, recognizing that we often are using tension or grabbing to look for stability, but then that actually makes us more likely to fall, makes us stiffer, more brittle, limits our freedom of movement. So by relaxing and releasing, what happens is there's a settling downward and a grounding quality. So then our stability comes from a released, relaxed, yielded state. And then what is left is what they call Qing Ling, or light and nimble, agile and free to move. So as we sit, just the final 5, 6 breath cycles, notice that you are playing with those 3 concepts of central upright, softening and relaxing into your stability rather than grabbing on, and then recognizing what's left is this freedom of movement, this Qingling, light and nimble. Final couple breaths here. Now, keeping all of that, the central integrity or upright, that soft, stable quality, and this loose and free quality. Slide hands, elbows, shoulder blades back, lift chest and chin, look up. And then opposite, slide hands, drop the chin round the back. And slide hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, arch, and forward. Do this a few more times. So Now we're putting those three principles that I talked about at the beginning, putting them into action. As soon as we start moving, a common habitual response to that is to tense up, to grab the body and try to move it, as opposed to remaining in this soft and relaxed state and noticing that you can use this underlying hydraulic liquid system to move, to change. And the more you practice with that hydraulic system, the more you can do with that hydraulic system. So we're starting a little simple joint mobilization. And come back to neutral. Turning to your right. Left hand forward, right hand and elbow back. Turning. And turn back to center and turn the other way. So again, using the liquid, using the hydraulic system to execute rotational movement of the body. Keeping Zhong or central upright. Chun One, softening down and through to the ground, not thinking you need to hold yourself above the ground, but actually letting yourself completely melt through to the ground. And then feeling that Qing Ling, light and nimble quality. Back to middle. Arms hang by your sides, softly leaning to the right. Left wrist floats up right in front of the chest here, elbows floated out to the side, left foot possibly even empty, and then change all the way to the other side. Right foot empty, right hand, wrist in front, loose. And just addition by subtraction, sloughing off what is extra. Back to middle. Shoulder blade circles. Forward, up, back, down, under, forward and up, over top, back and down. 3 more. Closing in front, opening, closing. Reverse, opening, close, open, close. And legs closer together. Arms out in front of the knees, down low, backs of hands touching, circle out, around behind you and in, forward, close in front, open, close, open. Level 2, close and lift, open, turn palms forward, sink. Close, lift, open, sink. And level 3, close, lift, keep lifting as you open, sink, close, lift. It's whatever your maximum range is. And reverse. Level 1, stay low, out, close in front, swing back, open, close. Fluid, smooth, easy, hydraulic. Level 2, open, lift, about halfway, close, down. Level 3, open, lift, keep lifting as you close. Release, open, lift, close. And loose. Bend your elbows, elbows out and up, and then down, around in front, squeeze, down, out and up, down, squeeze in front, down. One more. Elbows back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up. One more. And elbows down, elbows out, palms face the floor, one above, one below, cross and wrap. And then elbows out, switch. It's just your basic maintenance series that gets the underlying infrastructural movement mechanics going. 90-degree angle, turn palms down, up, down, up, down. And hands out, elbows stay in, opening this space. Hands in, elbows out and around to the front so that you're forced to hollow. And just notice my elbows are quite a bit in front of the torso. There's a good distance there. And then elbows come in, hands go out, creates this opening here. And then hands in, elbows out and around. The around of the elbows is very important. Internal rotation. Open. Close. One more. Open. Now stay open, step wide apart. Stay there for just a moment. Okay. Now, up, over top. Now, as you reach all the way across here, your left quad, groin area, has to remain open. Don't let the thigh collapse in. And then back to this position. And then right hand over top. Left, this quad has to open, your right quad or groin area. Over. Back to middle, over, middle. Again, we're buying real estate. I would say creating real estate, but the real estate exists. It's just, it's all cluttered or it's shut down or closed. Now from here, both up, cross, turn the palms down, let the arms fall between the legs and separate. Relax. Then cross, lift up, open, down. Up, over, cross, turn palms down. So here, just notice you're in a folded, closed, internal rotated position. And then here, opening, unfolding, and then closing, folding. And open. Bring legs back to hip distance. Arms in and wrists over the top. Under, point forward. Turn palms up, over the top. Circle. Circle. Continue that. Reverse. Under, over, under, over. And hands up, spread, gather. Spread, gather. Spread, gather. One more spread. Now claw into a soft cotton fist. Open. Claw into a fist. Remember that description I've given the last couple of weeks of like you're grabbing a handful of rice from a barrel of rice. So you're reaching around, and when you finish your fist, you should have a little space in there as if it were filled with rice. Open, grab, open. Bird beak, thumb touch pinky, other three fingers touch thumb and pinky, and bend the wrist down. And then unbend and come back up. Bend, back up. Bend, up. One more. And shake it out. Scoot back a little. Right knee and heel come to the buttock. Push forward. Here and down. So knee coming up, heel coming to buttock, and then extend, reload, then switch. One more each. Again, freedom of movement is what we're focusing on with Tai Chi and Qigong. Now, right leg straight, point, flex, point, flex. Again, freedom of movement. Invert, evert, tilt foot in, out, in, out, in. Circles. Reverse. Switch feet, point, flex. Invert, evert, tilt, tilt. Circle. And reverse. Scoot forward on the chair. Step a little wider than hip distance. Lift the toes off the ground. Turn knees and toes in, closing the groin area or quad. Lift the toes open. Feel that open space there. close, open, close and open a few more times. Back to neutral. Hands on thighs, forward fold, turning on the hands, elbows flare out, bow forward, and sit upright, leaning back from the hips, sitting upright, turning the hands, bow, sitting up, leaning back, and again. Same thing, except with wide stance. The dragon takes a bow. Sitting upright, leaning back, and bowing forward between the legs, between the elbows. Leaning back. And then the dragon stirs the seat, leaning back, tipping to the right, bowing your chest towards the right knee, elbows flare out, sweep from right to left, stay left as you come up and back, and then bow, sweep, around, one more in that direction. And reverse. Go to the left, bow, left to right, come up. One more. And middle. Legs back to hip distance. Arms hang by your side. Wings. Turn your palms up. Reach the rest of the way up. Now reach your right arm higher. And then relax that and reach your left arm higher. And switch. Switch again. And again. And then both arms reach out, down. And then forward. Stay long through the limb, up. And then let this become a little bit of a back bend, arching the back. And forward, all the way down. Shogun, or closing gesture. Wing, roll, fold, settle to the navel. Just let everything settle to the middle. And standing up and sitting down. So slide your feet back a little bit, arms and shoulders loose, everything easy. Remember, Chun 1, softening down to look for your stability. So when we're going to stand up, don't grab on and try to pull yourself up. Drop everything out, fold, let it pour down through the legs, down to the earth, push through the earth, and stand all the way vertical. See if you can keep that loose, easy, relaxed quality. Keeping that, fold at the hips. Keeping that relaxed quality, sink down, find the chair, and then leaning back. So now you're using the chair for that stability. Notice your feet are empty and light. And then you pour the weight down through the legs to the earth, coming up, and we're getting our stability and safety from relaxing down to the earth. Again, fold, sink, sit vertical. And one more. Now, don't sit in your chair. Use that exact same soft fold movement to get fingers down to the toes or to the floor, possibly even onto your fingertips. Shift the weight and then come back up. So this is a very important pathway we need to have open for the body, if you can keep it that way, which is sinking down, getting to the floor, and then being able to maybe even crawl out onto the fingertips or even the palms, and then walk back and come up. So you want that path open. Let's do that again. Hips, sink, and walk out onto the fingertips, palms, and back to standing. Now stay standing. Let yourself just tip a little bit more into the front of your feet. You can see my body has a sort of diagonal angle. And then back to middle. And then if I go a little to the heels, I don't want to create a backward lean. More from the middle or the belly. Take it back so the body has kind of a C-shaped curve here, you can see. And then as I go forward, there's this diagonal. And then when I go back, there's a little C-shaped curve. So just try to rock a little bit back and forth. What this will do is, again, help us not be looking for stability by holding the body where it is, which is just a habit. But instead, it's saying, no, actually release any of that grip and let it go down through. Trying to learn how to trust this soft, relaxed, easy quality. Now, the next time you're in your heels, open, lift, and rock to the toes. Sweep the arms around and out in front. So if I turn sideways, you can see I'm somewhat lean forward and I'm reaching out. Then rocking back a little bit, hands come in the mouth. Rock to the middle of your feet, hands come to the middle or the belly. Hips hinge, sink, and soften the arms long. Push through the earth and come back up to standing vertical. Right in the middle. Rock a little bit to the heels, open. Rock to the toes, wrapping around in front, closing. Rock to the heels, hands come in the mouth. Rock to the middle of your feet, hands settle to the middle. Sink. Back up. One more, called Sink Chi Wash Organs. It's the bookend Qigong of most practices, whether it be a Tai Chi form or a Qigong form. Kind of gets everything settled to the middle. It gets everything flowing as well. And then Shogun, wing, roll, fold over top, settle down to your middle. Just stay there. It's called middle embrace. Notice again, my hands are not pulling in. They're not pushing out. They're just in this little space here. Comfortable. Hands cross. Come down. Left, right, yin yang. Change your weight to your right leg. Let that knee be soft. Feel this left foot be empty. Lean a little bit. Lift left wrist. Reach right hand down. So that's all in one shape. And then smoothly change to the other side where it's 100% zero. This arm is reaching down. This hand floating up. Change. Change again. Change. Again. See if you can just get this to flow. That's all happening together. Multiple changes through the body happening at the same time, organized by your middle pivot. Now this same flow, except we add the wheel. The high hand reaches out over the top of a circle. The low hand comes underneath and behind. And then high hand going down the far side of a circle as this hand comes up the back side. And then they're going to switch. But really, again, it's about flow. At first, these movements are weird and difficult. But the beautiful thing about Qigong and Tai Chi, and some of you I can tell are already finding this, they are natural, they're easy. Once we slip into this particular relationship of understanding circles, looseness, once we start to find our middle pivot. The forward circles are easier than now doing the backward one, usually for people. Let's see if you can just observe what I'm doing and replicate it. The key thing is that this high hand comes under the armpit, kind of like you're going to tickle your armpit. So Janona, make sure you switch directions of the hands there. There you go. Then we do what's called left-right pressing palm. The high hand, close to the body, presses straight down as the other hand just floats up close to the body. And then that hand presses down as this hand rises up. Press and rise. Press. Again, we're trying to loosen up some deep rigidity, deep stuckness by changing leg, tipping and tilting slightly, rising and falling. And then the falling leaf, high hand turns palm up and falls down as the low hand just floats up. And then that hand up high turns palm up as the low hand turns palm in. And left, right, falling leaf. Emphasis is on the down, not so much the up. It's on letting everything go out and down to the earth. And then the other side, everything down to the earth. And leave that hand down, take the other hand down. Wings, roll, over top, settle. Hands cross and release down. 5 fingertips touch, bring the hands above the diaphragm. So that's sort of chest and rib cage area. Open. Now, an important piece here, when I'm at my full open and I turn sideways, notice that my hands are not back here. They are not back here. They are here. So at your full opening, do not crank your arms back behind you and splay this area too much. So open and then soften and bring the hands back together. Now go into your left leg as you have your hands together. Go into your right leg as you open. Left leg as you close. Right leg as you open. Left leg as you close. Right leg as you open. So try to keep yourself going to your right leg. So I'll look like I'm doing opposite of you because I'm doing my right and my left rather than mirroring. So see if you can keep that awareness of what is your right and your left different from my right and my left. It's kind of a cognitive challenge in and of itself, kind of a mirror challenge. This is the upper basin, opening and closing. Let's go to the middle basin. The hands come below the diaphragm, but still above the navel. Open, close. When you open, go to your right leg. So that'll be that way, as I'm going this way to my right. And to your left as you close. Open, close. Continue. Inhaling. Exhale. And the lower basin, hands drop right in front of the groin area. Go to your right leg as you open, close. Open and close. Two more. And shogun. So these little modules of movement. Cross hands, they come down. Change your weight to your right leg, right arm forward. So now I'm back to being your mirror. This is my left, but I'm saying right, and I mean your right. Swing your left arm back and your left leg empty. And then change. 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 Again, the softer you are, the more these movements yield what we're looking for. And again, in the beginning and throughout, really, the softening is a constant process of remembering to relax, relax, relax. And then the movements slowly polish out those places where we've become glued, stuck, where we're just accustomed to stiffness. So loose, casual, almost in a lazy manner. Just moving with this liquid, easy quality. And then come back to settle. Then we take one hand around to opposite hip. The other hand swings behind, back of hand touch the body, and we let the body turn a little bit to that right side, and then turn, turn, turn. These are all called shuai shou, swinging arms. There's this great opportunity with these to shake out deeper levels of tension and grip. Let the arms smack the body, smack the body. Keep it organized, right? You notice in my movement, there's a lot of movement, but I'm not losing my zhong, not losing my central upright. But I'm also not holding my body stiff. So it's organized, yet free. And also there's still chunwan, softening down to the earth. That's where I'm getting my stability. Down, relax. And stillness. Then bring the hands up in front. Stick the butt back a little and sit the butt just a bit. Now the hands are going to come down and up a little, and then down and up in front. Loose. Make it comfortable. Don't do it so harshly that your joints are protesting, but do give it some of that swing, swing, swing. Feel that little bit of a bounce through the body. And loose. Shogun. Hands crossed. Now this one's called opening heaven, closing earth. So just the arms without the weight shift. Cross your right arm. So this is my right. You cross your right. So we're going to look opposite again. Cross, lift, open, down. Cross. Now go to your left as you cross. Go to your right as you open. I'll turn around so you guys can get the flow of it. Cross, going to your left leg and lift, open, and down. Cross, lift, open, down. Go to your left, right, left, right. A few more. I'm going to turn around. Try not to get thrown off by what is my left and your left. The important thing is this hollowing of the front, this crossing, and then this opening. Two more. Now, the opposite of that is not an exact replica of the opposite. Open, turn the palms to face the ground, come across around shoulder height, close, and then the hands, when they close, the tiger's mouths come together, fold, down through the middle, open, come across, seal, fold closed, down through the middle. Go to your right as you open. So that's you going to your right, I'm going to my right. And then close, go to your left, seal, down through the middle. Open, close, seal, and down. It's called opening earth, closing heaven. Looser and looser with each round. One more. Shogun. Hands cross. Bend your right elbow. So now I'm back to being your mirror. Reach forward and diagonally across. The body weight should now be in your left leg. Your right foot is still on the ground, but empty. Turn the palm up, stay long. Down under, now you're back into your right leg. And then reach across. Turn the palm up, stay long. As you come all the way under, just a soft bend of the elbow. Reach. Turn the palm up, stay long. Under. A few more. One more. Now, same arm comes underneath and across to that corner, and then over top, softly down to your side. Underneath, cross, over the top, down. Under, reach, over, down. So each time there's a change of weight, leg to leg, and this movement induces a turning of the waist that we're looking for. This deep middle pivot is naturally being induced and brought online. Two more. Now, other arm first exercise. Bend the elbow. Reach diagonally across. Keep that long reach. Turn the palm up. Come down, under. Bend the elbow. Reach. Turn the palm up. Hold. Reach. Reach. A few more. Loose, soft, relaxed. Whatever you're using to execute the move, just take a little bit off it. Make it a little gentler, a little softer. Though that doesn't mean the movement will lose any range of motion, sometimes it'll actually increase in range because of that softening. Now change exercise, come under, reach across, draw a nice simple circle down to your side. Under, reach. Other arm is just hanging loose. Cross. Few more. Joint mechanics, simple movements, peeling away, sloughing off layer after layer of whatever's stuck. Last one. Now, go back to that first exercise, bend the elbow, reach. Now, as that hand turns palm up and starts to come down, bend the other elbow. And then as you finish that arm, low hand coming across, reach the other arm. And then stay long. As that's coming down, bend the other elbow, reach. Turn that palm up as it's coming down, the other hand, lift, reach. Reach. Stay long. Reach. Stay long. Reach. A few more. Now, second exercise, under, up. As that comes over the top, the other hand, under, up to the corner. Simple circles, long, soft body. Practicing the feeling of ease. Finding that you can execute functional movement without adding anything extra in the way. You can find this soft, loose quality. And last one. Shogun, closing gesture. Settle, pausing for a moment. Now make your soft cotton fists, again, like you're holding a little ball of rice. So there's space in here. And the middle finger knuckle is a little bit protruded. Rather than jamming everything together, this is that Tai Chi fist, this long, spacious, still has to have all this feeling of space inside there. Now, take a slightly wider stance than you have now. Toes turned slightly out. So the legs are externally rotated. So this is going to focus on quad, belly, and lumbar, those mechanics. Now you got your slugger fist just kind of hanging out here. Now extend your left fist and let the turning of the body open here and extend the fist. And then at the end of that, open and relax, and then come back into that soft cotton fist as you pull that left hand back and right hand extend, right quad open. So let that arm extend, let it go out. Let the arm, again, we're not going necessarily locked and straight, but we're not just keeping it here. It's gotta have this feeling here. So extend. And then open both fists, create those fists again, draw one back, extend. So let it have that pliability and draw back, extend. Soft, or open the fist and then reclaim or regather and cross. And it might be sort of an optical illusion here, but if I turn, you notice what I'm not doing is punching sideways, right? I'm actually just extending my arm forward, but turning at the same time. So the fist ends up going across at a forward diagonal, and then it comes back. And so what it's kind of like is a steering wheel that we're turning. Turn, soften, gather, grab, turn, soften. So there's a firming, soft, firm, and then a release of that firming, and then a refirm, draw back and extend, soften, draw back while also extending, soften, draw back, extend. And come back, open your palms, palms face each other, arms long, swing, up, over, down, under, up, over, down, and under. A few more. Allow for whatever size stance you want. It could be the same as the previous one. Usually I want to step a little closer together for the first couple rounds, and it might change. So make sure your knees and feet and legs are comfortable. And then see if you can feel opportunity for, as the hands come down, there's a little bit of a sink. Notice I'm not bending and really forcing anything. It's just a little bit of a softening down through the body, and then a little bit of a rising. And a little bit of a soft, loose. I'll turn sideways so you can see a little bit of that. And then swing all the way under. Switch directions. So whatever your first direction was, do the second direction. Might be opposite mine or the same. Circles. Wheels. A little bit of a rise. A little bit of a sink. Rise. Sink. Two more. And shovel. Palms together. Rub. Rub the back of one hand. And then the palms again. Back of the other hand. Palms. Qua. Groin area. Hip flexors. Front of hips. Sacrum. Lumbar. And then, like a squat, stick the butt back a little, sink, slide the hands down the outside of the legs, around to the inside, come all the way up the inside to the navel. Qua. Hip flexors. Sacrum. Lumbar. And yang channels. Yin channels. To the navel. One more. And then the yang channels of one arm to the shoulder. Turn that palm up. Down. Same arm. Yang, yin. Switch. Bounce. Thighs in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Small and fast. Shake a, shake a, shake a. Then lift one heel and then switch, 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 switch. Small, so you get this shake straight up through the spinal column. Then float the arms like wings. This space here, open, shimmy. So again, what is moving is eventually these aren't so glued together. So at first that's kind of happening, but eventually it's inside that space. And then wrists, forearms, and shoulder. Sealed. 1, 2, 3 breaths, doing nothing at all. Thank you so much, everybody. Little Taoist mudra, harmonizing yin yang, and thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend. If there are any questions, please feel free.
Thank you.